This is where I'm going to show you how I go through the steps of modeling a two-step equation and solving a two-step equation, as well as taking screenshots in order to document my work and then upload or insert my screenshots into the document to show Miss Chili my work. So what you want to do is when you, let me go back to the document, close up these tabs. This is the document that I'm going over, and this is this is a second video in the series of videos that goes over part 1. So you, to get started, you should click on this link and go to the website. You will be taken to the website and you want to click this button where it says two-step. And you want to set up the model, you want to set up a scale that models this equation, this 2x plus -1 equals 3. So you're going to want to put 2 x's on the left side and 1 -1. And on the right side, you want to put 3 positive 1s. And this is where I want you to take your first screenshot. The first screenshot is going to show me that you set up the model correctly. Now you want to click the check mark to continue. And now you need to isolate the x tiles. You need to solve the equation. So remember, in the first video, I told you the process here is going to take you through 2 things: setting up a model and solve the equation. So we already did this part. And when you're done with this part, this is when you take a screenshot of your work. And now we're in this step where you solve the equation. So in this step, first we're going to need to isolate the x tiles. And in the previous video, we talked about how that means get rid of any -1 or +1 tiles that you have here. Since we have a -1 tile, we need to pair it with a +1 tile. A +1 and a -1 together make a 0. So therefore it disappears. But notice that when I put a +1 tile on the left side, I also put a +1 tile on the right side. What you do to one side of the equation, you also have to do to the other side of the equation to keep the equation balanced. Since you isolated the x tiles and you received a check mark, you want to take another screenshot. This is your second screenshot. So here I'm going to write screenshot 1, and then here I'm going to write isolate x tiles, screenshot 2. Let me fix this. Isolate x, isolate x tiles, screenshot 2. Okay, now I'm going to click on the check mark to continue. Now I'm told to divide. So you want to click on the divide button. And what it'll do is it will divide the 4 positive 1s here into 2 groups because you have 2 x's. Each x has to equal the same amount of weight because these x tiles are the same. They can't be different. So they must be distributed into equal weights. each x is equal to positive 2. So this is where you write your answer. You use this calculator looking thing to input your answer. You would click 2 in for x. And now you get a little check mark shown up here. So this is where you want to take your third screenshot. So once you enter x value, this is your screenshot 3. And then you want to click again. Once you get a big green check mark, you want to do one last screenshot to show that you've completed this walkthrough correctly. So that is your last screenshot. So once you get a big green check mark, that's when you do your last screenshot 4. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through this one more time. Just to make sure you really understand this, and you can see another example. So you can click this button right here, the 2 x's. This will allow the computer to generate another equation for you, another 2-step equation for you. So let's do that now. We're going to click this button and we're going to get a new equation. So this is going to be step 1 is to set up a model. So we need to put 2 x's on the left side, 5 positive ones on the left side, and then 7 positive ones on the right side. Okay, now we are finished with setting up the model and we need to take our first screenshot. Now we can click the arrow because we are done with that part. And we are now in this phase where we solve the equation using the model that we created. So we want to isolate the x tiles. We want to get rid of these 5 green positive 1 tiles. So to each we're going to give a negative 1. And now we have isolated the x tiles. So we are ready for our second screenshot. Click the green check mark button. Now we need to divide, and we can see that each x is going to equal positive 1, so we can input our value, and we are ready for our third screenshot. Click the green check mark again. We are ready for our last screenshot, and we are done. So now you're going to go back to the document and you want to insert your screenshots into the document. So you want to go to Insert. Notice I left a spot right here, first 2-step equation screenshots. So you want to go to Insert, Images, Upload from Computer, and click on your very first screenshot. This is the one where I set up the model. I'm going to insert the next 2 that I have. This is where I isolate the X tiles. This is where I enter the value for X. And my last screenshot is where I get a big green check mark. Where I am done with this equation altogether. So there should be 4 screenshots for each equation that you work with in this website. So feel free to ask me any questions. You are going to do this twice. So these screenshots that I'm deleting right now are from something else. You are going to have I'm asking you to do 2 series of 4 screenshots each. So you're going to go through the steps of setting up a model of a 2-step equation and solving it. You're going to go through that process twice on this website, and you're going to take screenshots of your work, and you're going to insert your work into this Word document, and you'll have 2 equations that you're going to set up and solve. So you're going to have 2 sets of 4 screenshots each. This right here, what I just did, is 1 set of 4 screenshots. Right? I have 4 screenshots here, and then I'm going to have 4 more here. All right. So that's how you're going to do this part 1. And come back tomorrow to see how to solve part 2. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you need help with this, also feel free to let me know. All right, good luck, and I will see you guys soon.